Our resources exploited, and I've seen the lives of the people remaining the same or worse for most of the areas where mining has taken place.
In West Africa, a silent but powerful shift is taking place. Liberia, long burdened by the weight of its natural riches and the misfortune tied to them, is finally confronting its past. For decades, iron ore, gold, diamonds, and timber enriched foreign corporations, while Liberians struggled for basic necessities. But President Joseph Boakai has drawn a line in the sand. His bold declaration, "Liberia will no longer be rich beneath the ground but poor above it," signaled the beginning of one of the most ambitious reforms in the nation's history. Section 1, the Historic Mining Review. Immediately after taking office, President Boakai initiated a sweeping national review of every mining concession signed since the Civil War. This included gold, iron ore, timber, and petroleum agreements. For the first time, powerful multinational corporations were placed under scrutiny. A new interministerial review committee, comprising the Ministries of Mines, Justice, Finance, and Environment, was tasked with examining whether companies fulfilled obligations on environmental protection, local development, employment, and revenue sharing. No contract was untouchable. No corporation was beyond questioning. Section 2. A painful history of exploitation. This reform arrives after decades of exploitation. In the 1950s and 1960s, companies like Lamco, Firestone, and Bong Mining Company extracted enormous wealth but invested little in Liberia itself. Infrastructure they built served exports, not citizens. Inequality widened, and when civil war erupted in 1989, Liberia's minerals became weapons of conflict. After the war, peace returned, but fairness did not. Foreign firms returned with contracts signed behind closed doors. Rivers were polluted, forests destroyed, and communities displaced. Liberia became a classic victim of the resource curse, where wealth exits the country but suffering remains. Section 3. Transparency returns. Under the new administration, secrecy is over. All mining contracts are now subject to public review through the Liberia Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, LITI. Journalists, civil society groups, and ordinary citizens can examine information hidden for decades. This transparency is the first major step toward accountability and breaking corruption networks that thrived in darkness. Section 4. Communities finally benefit. Bokai's reforms demand that mining companies contribute to community development funds. These funds will support schools, clinics, clean water systems, roads, youth programs. For decades, communities watched minerals leave their land while their own lives remained unchanged. This new system ensures that development finally reaches the people closest to the mines. Section 5. Environmental enforcement. The Environmental Protection Agency has been strengthened to enforce pollution controls, responsible waste management, land restoration.
Tonight I speak to you as your president, but also as a son of this soil, one who has lived Liberia's struggles and believes wholeheartedly in Liberia's future. Our nation has endured a long journey. We have known conflict, hardship, and mismanagement. We have known what it means to possess great natural wealth but remain poor. Yet through all these challenges, we have never lost our resilience, our faith, or our determination to rise. Today I want to speak clearly about the path forward. A path anchored on 3 pillars essential to Liberia's transformation: agriculture, education, infrastructure. These are not simply sectors of government. They are the backbone of national development. They are the foundation upon which every modern nation has risen, and they will be the foundation upon which Liberia rises. Section 1. A new vision for national development. When I assumed this high office, I promised that Liberia would no longer be a nation rich beneath the ground but poor above it. I promised accountability, transparency, and reform, and I promised that our national resources, whether from mining, agriculture, or trade, would serve the Liberian people first. We began by reviewing the mining sector, not to chase investors away, but to ensure fairness and protect the national interest. That work continues. But tonight, I want to emphasize something even more important. Our future cannot depend on minerals alone. We must build a diversified, resilient economy, one that feeds itself, educates its children, and connects every Liberian to opportunity. That is why our national agenda now places the highest priority on agriculture, education, and infrastructure. Section 2. Agriculture, the heart of our economic future. My fellow citizens, Liberia is blessed with fertile soil, abundant rainfall, and hard-working farmers. Yet for decades, we have imported food that we are capable of producing ourselves. No, independent nation can prosper when it depends on others for the food its people eat. Agriculture must therefore become the beating heart of Liberia's economy. We have already begun implementing a comprehensive agricultural expansion program focused on 3 key areas. Tact 1. Modernizing farming techniques. We will supply farming communities with tractors and mechanized equipment, irrigation systems, improved seeds and fertilizers, storage and processing facilities. Mechanized agriculture will increase productivity, reduce labor hardship, and help farmers transition from subsistence farming to commercial farming. Empowering farmers and cooperatives. We are reviving cooperatives so farmers can negotiate better prices, access microloans, receive training and support, benefit from government programs as groups, not isolated individuals. Our farmers must not be left behind. They must become entrepreneurs and producers for the entire region. 3. Expanding food security. We must grow the food we consume. We must stabilize prices. We must reduce dependence on imported rice. Our goal is simple but transformative. Liberia must feed Liberia. Agriculture will become the sector that employs millions, strengthens rural communities, and reduces poverty at its root. A nation that grows its own food controls its own future. Section 3. Education. Building the human capital of Liberia. Every strong nation stands on the foundation of an educated population. No reform, no vision, no economic plan can succeed without an educated people to sustain it. For decades, too many of our children have attended schools without books, without laboratories, without trained teachers, and without access to technology. This cannot continue. Education is not a privilege. It is a national responsibility. Our administration is therefore implementing the most ambitious education renewal strategy Liberia has seen in years. 1. Rebuilding and expanding schools. We are constructing new schools across counties, renovating damaged facilities, equipping science laboratories and libraries, ensuring every child has a desk and learning materials. No county will be left behind. Every child deserves a safe and inspiring learning environment. 2. Investing in teachers. Teachers are the builders of the nation. We will strengthen teacher training colleges, improve teacher certification standards, provide continuous professional development, and ensure fair compensation for their service. A strong education system begins with strong teachers. 3. Expanding technical and vocational education. Liberia needs electricians, masons, welders, machine operators, plumbers, computer technicians, engineers, geologists, and healthcare workers. That is why we are establishing technical and vocational training centers in every region. We want our young people to gain the skills that create employment, drive industry, and shape the future. Our youth are not Liberia's problem. Our youth are Liberia's promise. Education will unlock their potential and transform that promise into reality. Section 4. Infrastructure. Building the foundation of a modern Liberia. My fellow Liberians, no nation can develop without roads, electricity, water, and digital connectivity. Infrastructure is the backbone of economic growth. It is the bridge that links farmers to markets, patients to hospitals, and students to schools. We are therefore embarking on an infrastructure transformation agenda focused on 1. Roads and highways. We are committed to rehabilitating major highways, connecting key counties with paved roads, constructing rural feeder roads, ensuring farmers and traders can transport goods safely and affordably. A connected Liberia is a stronger Liberia. 2. Electricity expansion. Reliable electricity is essential for industries to operate, hospitals to function, schools to innovate, businesses to grow. 3. Water and sanitation. We are repairing major water systems and extending them into urban and rural communities. Clean water saves lives, improves health, and strengthens economic productivity. 4. Digital connectivity. The world is digital. Liberia cannot remain behind. We are expanding high-speed internet across counties to support e-learning, innovation, entrepreneurship, and access to global markets. Infrastructure is not just concrete and steel. It is the foundation upon which education, health, agriculture, and industry stand. Section 5. Strengthening governance and national unity. My fellow Liberians, the future we desire requires strong governance, transparency, and accountability. We continue the national review of mining contracts to ensure fairness, compliance, and environmental responsibility. But we cannot stop there. Corruption must be confronted, not in speeches, but in actions. Public service must be honorable. Government resources must be protected. And every Liberian must feel the benefits of national progress, not just a privileged few. This demands unity. We must reject division. We must reject tribalism. We must embrace the idea that Liberia is one nation, one people, with one destiny. My fellow citizens, let us commit ourselves to the Liberia we dream of. A Liberia that feeds itself. A Liberia that educates every child. A Liberia that connects every road, every village, every community. A Liberia that protects its natural resources. A Liberia that rises together. This is not a dream. This is a plan. This is our direction. This is our future. And together we will achieve it.